In the cartoon world, ready? The cat and mouse chase is a popular form of entertainment. Action! Of course, the cat is never supposed to actually catch the mouse. That would be tragic. And cartoons are supposed to be harmless fun. No one is ever killed or injured, at least not for long. So, for your entertainment, the Ned and Ed Show. Cut! That's all for today, folks.
I'm tired. Cat and mouse chasing is hard work. You can say that again. Cheers! I'm feeling better already. Me too. It always seems to hit me faster on an empty stomach. You slammed that door on me pretty hard. Sorry, it didn't hurt you, did I? Nah, feeling no pain. There was an old barfly named Lou who claimed he had drunk just a few. Yes, go on. But after he crashed, they found he was smashed. So they knew Lou had more than a few. How sad. It was supposed to be funny. But wasn't he killed? Who? Lou. True, but why be sad about it? Because no one's supposed to get killed in a cartoon. Oh, who cares about an old barfly who'd been drinking too much to be driving? We know when to take it or leave it alone. Yeah. Another? Well, maybe just one for the road. Can you drive okay? Of course. I'm feeling great. You sure now? See ya.
Most drinking drivers don't realize when they are unfit to drive because alcohol gives them a false sense of well-being. They can believe they are driving well when they are driving.
Where'd he come from? One of those drunk drivers, I'll bet.
Alcohol not only affects your driving judgment, but also your judgment of how alcohol affects you.
How you doing? Fine. You don't have to check up on me. Wake up, Ed. Ed? Are you dead, Ed? This is a cartoon, silly. Nobody dies in a cartoon. How many drinks have you had, mister? Why, officer, I only had one. Maybe just a few. Well, we can check that out easily enough. Well, so long. Come back here. Blow harder. Okay. Your breath alcohol concentration is 0.12%. Is that bad? Yes. In this state, if your alcohol level exceeds 0.10%, you're legally intoxicated. We're booking you for driving while intoxicated. Okay, sir, you're next. Your B.A.C. B what? Your breath alcohol concentration. It's 0.06%. Though you're not legally drunk, you are too impaired to drive. You'll have to sleep it off here, unless you can call someone to come drive you home. Hey, we match drink for drink, but his breath, B.A.C. Yeah, well, his is higher than mine. Why? The effects of alcohol on individuals can vary. Perhaps it's because your body weight is greater.
Fred Ed of the famous cartoon team Ned and Ed was jailed last night after smashing his car into a tree. When arrested, Ed admitted to having a few. A breath test established that he was legally drunk. His partner, Ned, who
Turn
was with him
that
at the time,
thing off.
was also
Yes,
given a breath
FX?
test.
So now what? The idol of 60 million people is a jailbird.
We can get him out okay, FX. It's his first offense, so they'll probably fine him and suspend his driver's license.
And then what? All this bad publicity is going to hurt us at the box office.
How about letting Ned catch Ed in the next film? Hold a really big farewell party for Ed, then hire us a new mouse. Or maybe a dog to chase Ned. No way. Ed and I stay together. Got a better idea? Yeah, I got it. Ed and I make a public apology, then announce we volunteered to make a movie.
What kind of movie?
To explain why people who drink should think before driving. We'll tell them about B.A.Cs and all that.
A cartoon? That's a serious subject.
People like cartoons. And it'll turn those ugly headlines around, FX.
All right, quiet, please. Camera ready?
Ready.
Start reading on action, Ned. Roll 'em. Action.
Over the years, there have been many research studies done to find how alcohol affects our ability to drive.
X-ray lens, please.
Because water is the main component in our bodies, and alcohol mixes quickly and completely with water, it's directly absorbed into the bloodstream without being digested. Absorption can be slowed down somewhat by food in your stomach. But within 20 to 30 minutes, the bloodstream is circulating the alcohol you consumed throughout your body. Its action on the brain is immediate, apparently by interfering with the oxygen supply to the brain cells. The greater the alcohol concentration, the more your brain's activity is slowed down or impaired, and the greater the effects on your behavior.
Zoom lens, please.
The amount of alcohol in your system can be measured simply and accurately from blood, urine, or breath, and then related to the impairment of your driving ability. Measurements made from blood specimens are called blood alcohol concentration. Measurements made by breath tests, which are now widely used in law enforcement, are called breath alcohol concentration. Both measurements are known as B.A.C. and are expressed as a simple percentage. For instance, if you weigh 150 pounds, 0.02% would probably be your breath concentration when your body has absorbed the alcohol from one typical drink, such as 12 ounces of beer, 1.5 ounces of 80 proof whiskey, or a 5-ounce glass of table wine. If this were your first drink, your B.A.C. curve rises rapidly from 0 to 0.02% as the alcohol is absorbed. Then it starts to drop slowly as your body burns off or eliminates the alcohol. For Ed, who's quite small, one drink would produce a higher B.A.C., and a 220-pound person would have a lower B.A.C. But whatever your weight, your body's burn-off rate is about 0.015% an hour. If you weigh 150 pounds, it would take your body a little over 1 hour to eliminate the alcohol from that one drink. Drinking more than one drink in an hour would increase your B.A.C. and extend the time required to lower it. Your B.A.C. is the result of your body weight, your rate of alcohol consumption, and the time that has elapsed to give your body the opportunity to burn it off. The only effective remedy for intoxication is time. An hour or so for each 0.015% of breath alcohol concentration to eliminate the effects. Drinking coffee, taking cold showers, or physical exertion can make a sleepy drunk a wide-awake drunk, but won't speed up your alcohol elimination rate.
Cut! Okay, Ed, get ready for the driving simulator test.
How do you feel about driving?
Great! Bet I'll surprise you all.
You're legally too drunk to drive. Pish-tosh.
Okay, Professor, let's try a rehearsal.
A dangerous side effect to alcohol is its ability to make you feel completely able to handle a car.
Right on, Professor. Shh. Give her a chance.
When you actually may be incapable of driving and a public menace. That's why we conduct under-the-influence driving tests here in the lab. It would be too dangerous in actual traffic.
Thanks. I could use one for the road, the simulator. This is for me. I'm being tested after you.
Ed, take your place for rehearsal.
Coming.
The subject sits here.
Just doing one of my cartoon falls.
This is a cartoon version of an actual driving simulation research test with a steering wheel and an accelerator pedal linked to a film projector.
Projector on, please.
Our driving simulator is a means of measuring a driver's level of competence. Because actual driving is a difficult task requiring alertness, mental concentration, and an ability to make quick, correct decisions, situations are introduced that require instant responses and quick decisions. Reaction time is measured. Peripheral vision is tested. Comparisons can be made of behavior when sober versus when under the influence. That counts as a crash, Ed. Though individuals differ in the degree to which they are affected by a given amount of alcohol, our research indicated that there is a universal pattern of driving impairment related to alcohol concentration in the body. As our alcohol concentration rises, brain functions are depressed. We become less responsible, less alert, and less able to control our reflexes, while it becomes more and more difficult to make quick decisions. 0.05% is considered the danger level for most drivers and sufficient cause to be arrested in some states. Even though you may be feeling good, your driving won't be. And what's worse, you won't realize it. Regardless of individual differences, as our B.A.C. approaches 0.08%, we all suffer an obvious loss of driving competence.
Okay, Professor. Now let's figure out what you'll say about those accident charts.
All right. This chart summarizes 18 different studies made in cooperation with law enforcement agencies. While legally intoxicated drivers were found to be a very small percentage of all drivers on the road, they were 5 times more likely to be involved in an injury or property-damaging crash. 1/4 to 1/2 of all drivers in multi-car fatal injury crashes were found to be legally drunk, as were nearly 2/3 of the drivers killed in single vehicle crashes. These are often called mystery crashes because no one survives to tell what happened.
How sad.
This doesn't mean that all these crashes were caused by alcohol, but it does mean that alcohol use does correlate with greatly increased crash risk.
What are the odds?
They're on the next chart. The higher your B.A.C., the greater the gamble. You are twice as likely to have a fatal crash if your B.A.C. is 0.06% than if you've not been drinking. At 0.10%, your chances of a fatal crash are 6 to 8 times greater and over 20 times greater with a B.A.C. of 0.15%. Drinking does seem to go together with crashes and deaths.
Okay, Professor. I don't know if that death stuff is good cartoon material, but let's sleep on it and pick it up from here tomorrow.
We're ready now.
No, Ed looks hungover. That's all for today, folks.
How you feeling? Sad. Very sad. Come on, I'll drive you home. Maybe we should take a taxi. You don't like the way I drive? Sure, but the whole purpose of this film is... Okay. You call a cab while I show you how good a driver I am. See? Nothing to it. But you're just steering. You don't have the flashing lights and other stuff on. There. It's easy. The taxi will be here in half an hour. What? I got company coming for dinner. Best they could do. Let's wait for the cab, Ned. Why? I can drive okay. If we both have to drink for tomorrow's shooting, we better ask someone to drive us home. Ned? You all right? Nobody dies in a cartoon.
But we haven't finished the film yet, Ned. We're like everyone else, Ned. A couple of drinks and common sense goes right out the window.